Welcome back to Good Day Columbia. Timer now is 8:42, and it's a story bigger than a shoe. Nike has partnered with a local skate shop in 5 Points. It's the first ever shoe collaboration with Nike SB, and this is more than just a business move. It's about living the American dream. Joining us now is David Bluetile and Irving with Bluetile Skateboards. Fellas, thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So this is major. Not everyone can wake up and say, oh, we have a collab with Nike.
Yeah.
You know, not everybody can say that. So David, let's begin with you. How did the conversation begin to actually start on this path?
Man, it's been going for a long time. I've been pitching and pitching and pitching, trying to get some things going with Nike for a while. I think it fell on deaf ears, but then I guess a couple years ago I went to a show in Vegas. I met some of the designers there. It was like a sneaker show and all this or fashion show or whatever, and so met some of the designers there. I found out some of them were fans of my YouTube channel and wanted to work together, and so I was like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. So yeah, it was just kind of, that's where the conversation started. So wow,
that is so cool. We have some images of the shoe in question, and you also have the shoe here, but we're gonna get okay. So let's talk about the design, Irving. The design caught the attention of Nike because also in part you were very vocal about immigration and identity. Tell us about the inspiration behind this design.
Yeah, so basically the symbolism of the Monarch represents the journey they take from Mexico to America. And so that's just a simple symbolism that we lean into for the inspiration. And
of course, this means a lot to you because of your roots too as well.
Yeah, so I'm from Mexico. I moved here when I was 6, and I've been living in Colombia for 11 years now, 10 years. So, you know, I guess I have a pattern of, you know, finding a new home, you know. So it is cool to me that, you know, Dave waited all this time to get a shoe collab and then to kind of take a step to the side and let this story kind of be told is really, really special.
There's also a nod to South Carolina. I know you all have the shoes with you all. There's a nod to South Carolina on this shoe too as well.
I think this is kind of special. Like when you open the box, the first thing you see is going to be this mosaic with the palmetto tree and tile and all that stuff. And then of course you open this bad boy up right here.
Wow, take a look at that shoe.
And you have the shoe, and you have some hidden details and stuff like this.
Yeah.
There's a lot more hidden details, but that is the shoe. You got your Love Bluetile on this tongue, so that's kind of
the state flag. Show the state flag.
Yeah, that is going to resonate.
Absolutely, showing all that about South Carolina.
We really wanted to bring South Carolina home in this design. So
I mean, it really looks like you all did a good job. Too bad it's not size 11, but this is pretty cool. This is really nice. So you all infused so much into it. Infused South Carolina, especially Irving. I want to talk to you, and then I'll come back to David about this. There's a lot of tension right now, especially when it relates to immigration, different things of that nature. What will you hope this shoe will do when people take a look at the Monarch?
Yeah. Well, you know, to me, it represents community. You know, I'm kind of just a regular person. You know, and I think that that's ultimately the story we're trying to tell. You know, I'm just a cool, creative kid in your local skate community, or you know, just the same as there's a pretty cool kid in your music scene, a pretty cool kid in your workplace, you know, and it's something about the ordinary that kind of brings it home. Like, I don't have to be this special person to kind of be highlighted like I am being, you know. So that to me is kind of like, you know, letting the person next to you kind of have their moment, you know.
Definitely.
And of course, if it's an immigrant, then, you know, like, even we have to let them speak even more sometimes, because sometimes they don't want to tell their story, or sometimes they're a little afraid of showing their true colors, you know, and lifting them up is always special.
And look what you did in this major collaboration with Nike now. So David, you know, skateboarders and people who love sneakers, you all have a whole community. It's like sneakerheads and everything. So what is the feedback, I should say, has been like since people saw you post the shoe?
It has been incredible. Yeah, it's been actually a lot of my friends from around the country are reaching out and saying it's the most excitement they've seen around a sneaker release in a long time.
Yeah.
Sneaker News said that they think that it's potentially going to be Sneaker of the Year.
Oh wow, that's huge.
So
And it's
that's
right
pretty
here in
huge,
Columbia.
you know. So
Wow.
so that's pretty crazy. Reddit's blowing up, you know. Like people from all over the country or all over the world are talking about it. And then we do have people that I've talked to from Arizona, California, Florida, New Jersey, Philly, that are
And they're all
traveling.
waiting for this.
They're traveling here for our release this weekend.
Speaking about that release, there are two releases that you all are having. We'll focus on the one in Columbia and then also in Charleston. Tell us about Columbia's shoe release.
So May 2nd, we have food, we have music. We're closing the streets on Hardin Street at 621 Hardin Street. So yeah, it's going to be a good time. We're releasing the shoes, music, food, skateboarding. We designed some special ramps and stuff for the weekend. So, and then Saturday or Sunday, we're going kind of repeat, do the same thing at our location in Charleston.
All right. And for the final question, if there's folks who want to get in contact with you all, is there a website? How can they get in contact to get to this release?
Yeah, it's blutilesc.com or blutilesc on Instagram. Or just call the shop.
Wow. David and Irving, thank you so much, and thank you for sharing your story. And thank you for sharing your story as well. We really do appreciate that. And of course, once again, that Columbia release is taking place at Bluetile Skateboards this Saturday at 621 Hardin Street from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. You don't want to miss it. Stay with us. There's more Good Day Columbia coming up right after the break.